I'll go. Woo woo! Woo! We're back. The
We're back.
identifiers.
Oh, geez. What's going on? Got some big stuff to reveal tonight.
You guys should be scared, worried, and honestly watching to see if maybe your name's going to come up on the list. It's like there's no cast list yet. We want you to speculate for a while. But, Dev, I think you got something in store for us, don't you?
So we're going to reveal the next 5 seasons, talk briefly about them, not give too much away because we don't know who's all going to be on each one yet.
Yeah, I mean, we have our dream cast list for each one. We have the first few alternates. We have some ideas. We made these seasons kind of around some certain people in mind. At the end of the day, the lore is continuing. We got the next all the way up to the 12th season. That'll be our 22nd total season on Idol Identifiers. That's crazy to think.
22 seasons in this amount of time is crazy. 17 in this amount of time is crazy. Stay tuned after because I believe a little bit later, Richie, Alex, and Steve, I think, are going to be breaking down reaction to these 5 seasons. So
I wish they came up with a good name for their podcast already. It's kind of getting annoying that we're like hearing just a reaction show. Really, that's all you got? Rich Dog Reacts was better on Snapchat. Like, come on, better nicknames. Let's go.
Yep, let's go. All right. No more messing around. Let's dive into this thing. Season 8, Survivor Wisconsin, Calm vs. Chaos, August 16th this year. It's a little over a month, our next season. And it's going to be all new players to our game. We're still in the casting process. I'm not going to give too much away, but what the theme will entail because we're still working on the ins and outs of it. But, you know, last season, season 7, we saw a player that was very calm win, and we saw some players that are very chaotic come up short. So we'll see what ends up being the best way to play this game, but it sure as hell will be some good TV.
We told you guys, pay attention. You guys got to pay attention for the hints every single season because we had you vote for Calm versus Chaos for a reason. You think we're just making up random words? Come on, Zach. You think we were just not most robbed? It was for a reason, man. It was for a reason.
We're excited for that. Pink and yellow. Hopefully the tribes will be. So stay tuned for that. That'll be our next season, coming very quickly, and we're excited. So
16th, baby. That's
let's keep this thing moving, hey?
Let's do it.
Survivor Wisconsin, Season 9, Second Chance. We've been teasing it a little bit. There's some people that have already committed to it. These are all players that have only played the game one time, and they did not win. We're looking to do it hopefully this October or in the wintertime, depending on people's schedule. But this is the chance for players that came up short, didn't really give a fair shot. We're loving the colors. Mr. Christian, the logo master himself, a little purple and teal there. So that one, the date's up in the air. There are some people that committed to me right away when I started asking, and now they're not really sure their availability, so we'll see what happens. But we're going to have a whole batch of new people in 8 too that maybe will qualify for 9 as well. So I'm really excited for this season. It's one of my favorite themes in the real show, and I think there's a lot of players that it's been way long overdue that they haven't gotten a second chance. And then there's some players that have played recently where it's like, yeah, we need to see them ASAP.
Yeah, literally. And I think, like you said, like we've been kind of teasing our second chances, like going all the way back to Twist Manor. Heck, we might go all the way to Survivor Whitewater Season 1. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'll tell you one thing and one thing for sure, that this season will be one you don't want to miss because these people have been waiting. They've been hurting on the inside, fighting for a chance on our butts, but they didn't fit the themes. Now's their time. And now's the time to continue on to the next season.
They got to bring it because might not be another shot after this. We'll see.
Now, everyone needs to understand Season 10 before we even get into it. This is our 20th season, which means there's only one theme that we can do. Time to run it back turbo. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have Heroes versus Villains 2.0. I'll be there. I'm sorry. We got 2 of the OG right here, villains in our Survivor lore. You can't have a season 20 and do anything else. This is where we're bringing back You are fitting the theme. This is where the characters are coming back. Second chance might be some players that were waiting around. Heck, a player from second chance might make it on 10. Who knows? But this is where the characters come out. This will be probably one of, if not the most entertaining seasons of all time. We're getting our production down to a T by this point. This is going to be the best season ever.
I'm pumped. And me and Christian talked about this, and I think this is going to be kind of a homage to a lot of Whitewater players that want to give it one last shot. I think we'll mix in Wisconsin players too. We'll see who's in it, who's not. We don't want to divide people too much, but at the same time, there's some legends that, might need to put that buff on one more time that are hell of characters and hell of players.
It's going to be the merging of the worlds, man. Everyone was saying Wisconsin versus Whitewater, this and that. No, the honest reality of what we needed to see were the best characters from the first 19 seasons that we've done, and make sure that we do it right. And there's only one way to do it, because we always talk about who's a hero, who's a villain. It's just always the conversation. And if you have any other theme than this, you're doing it wrong.
And Richie, Liz will not be in the Villains tribe. Just giving you the heads up now.
Yeah, let's make that clear, Rich Dog, right? Hey, but one of those names might, so who knows?
Exactly. And I mean, the last thing I'll say too is a lot of, players are really big characters this past season we did. And with that production level, imagine the production level will be a little even better by the time we do this, hopefully March or April of this next year. And some of the best characters ever all in one room. It's going to be a hell of a time.
Yeah, I think of some people that never even got the merit they deserved, man, like the quote machines. Like, think about some names that we call quote machines consistently on our podcasts over the years. Go back and watch the Whitewater seasons if you think you might get casted for this, because you're going to need to. You're going to need to understand that this is going to pay homage to some of those challenges. There's going to be some advantages that are brought back. Heck, you should really watch the 3-episode season of Heroes versus Villains 1, because I'm sure that crappy quality season that we have with our iPhones filming it, yeah, there's going to be some stuff from there too. So you guys got to be ready. You got to be locked in, because we're going to be coming back, all the history in one, everything else, and it's going to be physical. It's going to be war, and that's exactly what we wanted.
Well, it's going to be tough to follow that, but are you ready for season 11, Christian?
Yeah, season 11, we might need to give one more group of people a chance, right? It's really simple. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's one last newbie season, because we know that between Second Chance, Calm vs. Chaos, Second Chance, and Heroes vs. Villains 2.0, there's probably be a ton of people itching to play. And by that point, we anticipate our numbers have already grown significantly for applications. They're only going to continue to go through the roof, which, by the way, make sure you apply, because we need it ASAP to finish casting for the 16th. We have a few left spots. Let us know. Now, with that said, this season is so important because of what's coming next. It's like a last chance for people who wanted to play, to prove that they deserve to be with the best of the best, because what happens next is the ultimate challenge.
So, Survivor Wisconsin season 12 is
All-Stars, baby. You can't do anything else. We need to see the Wisconsin All-Stars. This is the season where these are the best players. Might not be the characters that you get in Heroes versus Villains, but you have to have played in Survivor Wisconsin. So this is not a Whitewater thing. This is a new era thing. I think a lot of it will be heavily based off the earlier casts of season 2 and season 3, and then as well as 8, 7, 8, heck, even 6 a little bit, but 6, 7, 8, and then 11. 11 will definitely have a major role. I guarantee we have at least 4 players from that season, just knowing that there's going to be characters, just knowing there's going to be so many newbies and knowing who's out there. So be ready, because August 2026 is going to be finally the All-Stars.
So we'll put them all on the screen here. The 5-season plan. No crazy too crazy of themes, but this is what we need to keep this hot streak on for us right now. We need to see a lot of players that we'd like seeing, bring them back. Give 2 more chances in these next 5 seasons to bring new faces in with 8 and 11. And we're not done after 12. We'll see where we're at in August 2026. That's hard to predict. But, if it would end, it would be good to end on an all-star season, but it's too early to say what the future will hold after these 5 seasons. Yeah, 5 seasons a lot in a year, but In Whitewater, we did, 10 in like 22 months? So,
yes, exactly. And I think it's fair to look at it too. Like people were flying across the country for Whitewater. Let's not be convinced. We had people flying out from New York City. So, yeah, we do know who's taking home season 10. That's right. Thanks, Alex. That's really nice of you. You're still, I don't know, you're trying to get in my good graces because you're making fun of my brother. I get it, but you got to relax.
So we're really excited about these next 5 seasons. It's going to come quick, so really enjoy them and stuff, and we're going to too, and there's a lot of work to be done, but we're ready for it. We've been through 17 freaking seasons, 16 filmed. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see what these players in 8 and 11 will do, knowing like that there's big things coming on the horizon, what they'll try to do to make themselves known and, stand out to everybody else.
Wow, Archie. All I got to say is this. The reason that we're doing it this way is because Survivor's so great when you put it on the characters that make it the best. When you give them an idea before the season, like a calm versus chaos, like a second chance, like a heroes versus villains, like proving yourself in an all-star season, or like legends when we had said you were legendary for a reason, right? Things like that. That puts a mental picture, and that picture is going to be the theme for the entire time and the goal. And what at the end people are going to be voting for. What wins, calm or chaos? What wins, heroes versus villains? Who earned their second chance and who is the ultimate all-star? That's how it happens. That's why we did it this way. There will be twists, but we're going to be putting it on the players because the players and the way we have production now is so good. You don't need things to be crazy. Our players are crazy in themselves.
I mean, look at this past season. We had a super idol and I don't know if I earned it, and it had no effect on the game at all.
Exactly. And I love it because I love the way the super idol actually was affected. It was a player utilizing it the same way Tony Velachos did by saying it was an extra round instead of after the vote. Yeah, John B. I know that Survivor history. It was awesome. I loved it. Oh my gosh. Stibe, what do you think of first round exit, bro? You went to Final Four. Relax. Give yourself some credit for once. Jeez.
It's too early to say, Matt, but I'm not really sure. Probably not, but we'll see.
Yeah, I guess time will tell. I'll say it now. I'm retired. So if it's time for me to host the season, it's time for me to host the season. Devin, if he does play, will have zero knowledge of what's going on in any capacity. So.
And I feel like, too, Christian, with the heroes versus villains, obviously we did in our very first film season, but we never really truly did it with people coming back that proved that they're a hero or villain.
Right.
So I think it's only rightfully so for our 20th overall season, arguably the best season of the real show. We bring it here.
I'm not. I really can't. I'm trying. Trust me. I want to play again, but it's not right. There's the way I look at it after Evolution, full transparency, there's nothing I can do to win a game anymore. People would rather vote against me.
I feel like it'd be more fun if me and Christian did a different LRG elsewhere that people don't know who we are, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like how Tyler came in ours. No one knew who he was. He does his own. He has what happens to me or you, mainly me,
Right. So, if no one knows who I am, I have a chance always. But at this point, it's just not worth it.
I feel like we have so many great players that we want to showcase, and especially season 20, overall,
yeah, we might be over.
This is the winners at war for Survivor. A lot of those players, that was the last time we're going to see them, most likely.
Yeah, and I don't need no Boston, not Rob exit and winners.
No. So
I don't even know if I'd make the merge, but heroes versus villains is going to have some elements to it that are really, really exciting. We've talked immensely about this season, and to Devin's point, we put the category of heroes versus villains on what we thought they would be beforehand. Let me tell you, some heroes were villains. Jake the Snake was a hero. One of our most iconic villains was a hero on that first season. Let's put it this way. If he was categorized today, he would not be on the same tribe. So it's definitely exciting to actually have people that hold true to those and really see him go at it, because it's going to be so exciting to see some of these people mix together and actually get a true last chance. So last chance was a last chance to get on Legends. Heroes vs. Villains is a last chance for a lot of people who were characters. Newbies, maybe.
Like before, yeah, that would be kind of funny.
Islands of the idle identifiers, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they actually drove. They're from, I believe, the Michigan area, so I think they just drove, but they like stayed in a hotel and everything.
Yeah, but Vin and Emily would fly.
Yeah.
Like, I actually flew home for 2 seasons when I was still in school. Like, I wasn't coming home those weekends. It was a surprise. So, like, stuff like that. Corey's flown home from Tampa. Like, it's real. Like, when the time comes, people come out.
Would you say, too, I mean, 10, we're probably hoping to go more heavily on whitewater folks? Somewhat.
I'd say it's not going to be an even 50-50 split. Because here's the other thing. Some of the people we talked about played in whitewater but made their name in Wisconsin as well.
Right.
So, there's going to be people from the earliest era that have only been whitewater. There's going to be people that are both, and there's going to be people on the Wisconsin only. So,
and we will convince people because, like, I know, like, Legends, we thought we were done. Obviously, like, we were done with college, didn't think it would come together again. But I think, I mean, the direction we want to go after this, who knows what's going to happen. Maybe this keeps becoming a bigger thing and we just keep getting applicants and stuff. But I feel like how we're doing is kind of how the real show should have done it, maybe with 50, being like kind of a homage to like some OGs one last time, and then like save some of these new era people for an all-star season. So that was kind of our dilemma we were debating between. So I think it's time to just really show some great players off and great characters, and hopefully some people in 8 and 11 will they're gonna have to pull some Russell Hans stuff like he did at 19 to get on some of these seasons, but especially 12, I mean, second chance a little different. But
listen, if someone does what Matt Esman did on season 6, yeah, you're on easy enough. But this is, yes, we are looking at it. It's a lot. We would like to have one again. It's a lot easier said than done. One, we don't have the Whitewater Mansion anymore. Even if we're camping, like getting people to commit for 2 days is a lot. We would definitely plan that one extremely far in advance if we were to do a 2-day for that season. We've talked about it for the 3 All-Star seasons. We don't know which ones we will and we won't, but
I would say 8 and 11 are going to be 1-day seasons. Yeah, I would think.
Guaranteed,
with the outside, like kind of same like structure, it's just easy to do. I mean, when it's done well, it's perfect for like a newbie season.
If season 9's pushed,
right
to like say it's pushed later into winter, there's a chance, right, that we have to get an Airbnb. We get an Airbnb, does make a 2-day a little bit easier, right? So stuff like that.
I think too, even if the season 9 is in October, maybe we look into getting like a cheaper Airbnb just for like it getting darker quicker and just stuff like that. So we're hoping, at least maybe 1 or 2 of the 3 All-Star seasons will be 2 days, but we got to get people to commit. I mean, I'm getting a lot of uncommitments for second chance already, which isn't great, but there's a lot of people that we haven't even seen yet in 8 that could be like, okay, yeah, so
at the end of the day, there's a number for each cast. 10 will be the largest cast we've had. But it's also because it's being taken from the biggest pool, right? There's only so many people who are worthy of coming back that haven't come back, right? In addition, 12, now you're only getting from Wisconsin, which is 11 seasons, and like realistically 10 is going to be like maybe half of that season even would be eligible, right? So if half. So honestly, I think it really, I mean, obviously that's a lot of seasons to come down to, but then you go, all right, Evolution, half of it was season 1, half of it kind of was like both ways. So it'll be interesting. There's definitely names in mind. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of it. After these 5 seasons, we'll see what happens. It's not the end for sure or anything like that. It's just planning out the next year because we're locking in. We're getting stuff going. We're going to plan these to be really good seasons. I mean, you know how we do. You know how when we have everything connected like we did this past season, how good it is. So,
I mean, just wait, because every single time we get on board with stuff, we slowly start getting more and more things that slowly just make it better. This season, we added mics. We're learning how to use the mics. Like at the end of the day, we're not a production company. We're just guys with some phones that love this game so much. But we've learned along the way, and I think we're getting to a level that's going to be so exciting by the time we get to season 10. you're going to be able to clip everything. And I'm just so excited for that.
Exactly. And, the popularity could get there, and a lot of people are going to want to maybe play. I mean, we gained like 60 subscribers from just since like this season was announced, this past one. So if word spreads, who knows where we can go from after these 5.
Richie, I don't know if the cabin fever will be it or not. There's a lot of things that go into that kind of idea. It's definitely an option, not a guarantee. At the end of the day, like we said, there's a lot of factors that go into everything. So just be on the lookout. Honestly, excited to see what your reactions are. Richie, be sure to come up with a nickname for your podcast. If you don't have one by next season, you're not doing it. So figure it out.
Matt, if you have any female players that are interested for 8 for sure, send them our way to apply, because we're looking for some more females. 11, it's so early that we don't have a date, so it's probably not even worth bringing up yet. But yeah, Matt said he can get some people. Hopefully they can apply, and maybe they'll get on. And then, Richie, what time are you guys doing your reaction at, so I can put it on the screen for everybody so they know?
Oh, Richie taking forever to answer.
That's the first. Okay,
I know.
Never mind.
I guess we're not going to know. There it is, 8:30.
8:30, tune in to hear, I believe, Richie, Alex, and Stibe, their live reaction to this 5-season plan. Some big things coming.
Much love, guys. Thank you for staying with us through these years, man. It's just been such an honor. See you later.
See ya. Woo!